My family snubbed my son's birthday, not the first time. That very day, they revealed a grand trip for my niece. My sister pinged, "The Voyage is $3,900, you'll fund it, yes?" I showed up with an envelope, set it down, and grinned, "Find a different cosigner." The yelling commenced as soon as it was opened. Can you imagine the sheer rage, the cold, quiet fury, of watching your own child become invisible on his birthday, while your family not only celebrates someone else's lavish party but then expects you to foot the bill? Because that's exactly what happened to me. They brought out the cake like it was the grand finale of some Hollywood epic. Pink fondant, gold sprinkles, a tiny plastic cruise ship sailing through edible glitter. Everyone clapped, my sister Lauren doing a boomerang for her phone, my mom yelling for a second take because the sparkler didn't catch. My dad, bless him, did his signature dad whistle. My son, Ben, just stared at his paper plate. No candles, no name. I thought, my chest tightening. Not even the grocery store cupcake I told him we'd at least get. Then Lauren, tapping a spoon on a glass like she was about to make a huge announcement, chirped, "Today's about Maddie's big surprise. We booked the Carnival Vista, 8 nights, balcony suite. She's turning 13 in style." My phone buzzed, a text from Lauren lighting up the screen like a mosquito zapper. $3,900 for the cruise. You'll cover, right? I looked at Ben. He was pushing a plastic fork through dry Costco sheet cake crumbs. He'd brought his favorite Hot Wheels car, a silver Nissan Skyline, and set it next to his plate, like a tiny, desperate offering to be included. My Apple Watch confirmed what I already knew, Sunday, June 9th, 3:17 p.m. My son's 8th birthday. The family group chat had the invite for dinner. Not one person mentioned his name. Not one person said, "Birthday." Here's the thing about me. I don't cry in front of people. I don't make scenes. I don't throw plates. I just take a deep breath and go quiet. That's my tell. So I reached into my tote, pulled out a manila envelope, and set it squarely in the middle of the table. "You'll need a new cosigner," I said, a faint smile on my lips. The screaming started when they opened it, but I'm getting ahead of myself. First, a quick intro so you don't think I'm just overreacting. My name's Kyle, I'm 38. I do IT support at a community hospital in Columbus, Ohio. It's not glamorous, but I know every printer that jams on floor 3 and every nurse who can't remember their Epic password. I drive a 2012 Honda Civic, 168,000 miles, with a cracked taillight I always mean to fix. Rent is $1,240 for a 2-bedroom walk-up because Ben stays with me 3 nights a week. I keep a spiral notebook for bills and a jar of quarters for laundry. I am, and have always been, the quiet helper in our family. My sister, Lauren, is the golden child. She perfected that smile that makes waiters bring extra ranch and men volunteer to assemble her furniture. Need 2 quick examples? In 2019, her AC died in July. I put $1,800 on my Capital One card for the emergency repair because the twins couldn't sleep in the heat. She promised to pay me back by Christmas. She didn't. I paid the interest. Then in 2021, she decided she needed a bigger SUV for safety. I co-signed a lease on a Kia Telluride because her credit history looked like a plate of spaghetti. Her words. "You're so steady," she'd said. Kentucky loves steady. The dealer certainly loved my 760 credit score. The payment was $529 a month. Guess who got the late notices when she forgot, in February and April? Not her. I'd learned the rhythm. She flutters. I fix. She posts. I pay. Ben is my world. He's polite, he's funny, and he says thanks to cashiers unprompted. His mom and I divorced 5 years ago. We keep it civil. We split birthdays. No courts, no fights, just calendars and receipts. This year, my side of the family got the birthday weekend. I sent 4 gentle reminders in the group chat. Sunday, June 9th is Ben's 8th. He wants lasagna. Got candles. We're good on plates. Ben likes the little soccer ball napkins. My mom hard reacted the first one and ignored the rest. Lauren sent a thumbs up emoji that looked like it came from inside a salon chair. Dad didn't respond. We showed up at 2:55 p.m., with a Target bag full of green napkins and a store-bought banner because I didn't trust anyone to remember. There was no banner up. The table had Voyage, confetti sprinkled like rock salt. A glossy folder sat by the centerpiece. Cruises by Sharon LLC. In teal script. I looked at Ben. He looked at the confetti. He whispered, "Is this for me?" His voice did that tight thing kids do when they're trying to be tough. My heart just broke right then. Before I go deeper into that awful day, I need to back up a couple of weeks, because that $3,900 text wasn't random. 2 weeks earlier, I got a bank alert at 2:14 p.m., right when I was unsticking a Brother printer. Capital One card not present attempt. Snubbed Cruises Miami, Florida. Declined. I froze the card from the app immediately. Then I saw the Saved Payment Profile screen. Lauren H. Authorized to use. Date, August 3, 2021. I remembered the Kia dealer had swiped the same card for the first payment. She must have saved it with Sharon, the travel lady Lauren uses for big girl trips. I texted Lauren, "Did you just try to put $3,900 on my card?" She replied with a laughing emoji and, "Chill. It was a hold while we finalize. You always help. I'll Apple Cash you later this summer." "No," I'd said. I thought that was the end of it. It wasn't. 3 days later, an email hit my Gmail promotions tab. Your Snubbed cruise itinerary. Balance due, $3,900. Primary contact, Lauren H. Payment method, Kyle H. I replied. "Stop." I called the number. Sharon chirped. "Hi, sweetie. Don't worry, it's just a deposit." Sweetie. I told her to remove my card. She said Lauren said I approved it. I said I didn't. Sharon asked for a written revocation. I wrote one. I printed it at work. No shame. I also called Kia Finance about the Telluride lease coming due in August. I asked what happens if a co-signer refuses renewal and how to disclaim future obligation. They emailed a form. I filled it out. Got it notarized at a UPS store near my apartment. $10. Stamp, seal. Done. I also pulled every cord I'd ever given them. I removed Lauren and my mom from my Costco Visa authorized user list. I closed the family emergency checking account my dad had access to, which, let's be honest, I was the only one funding. Average balance, $1,142. Last deposit, my $300 overtime bonus in April. Last withdrawal, a $286 Sephora charge. I stopped being the plan owner on the family phone. Moved Ben and me to prepaid. I even changed the Netflix password, which, to be fair, I should have done months ago when someone rented Trolls World Tour twice. I gathered all the papers, put them into that manila envelope. Kia cosigner rescission. Capital One authorized user removal confirmation. A copy of my email to Sharon with the USPS certified mail receipt stuck to it. And the centerpiece, the screenshot. 2:14 p.m. $3,900 declined. Snubbed Cruises. The proof was simple. It always is. So when that cruise cake rolled out and no one, not one single person, said my kid's name, I set the envelope on the table. Hook set. Line tight. Open it, I thought. It didn't blow up all at once. It climbed in steps, like a bad song on repeat. Step 1 was the forgetting with a smile. My mom kissed Ben's head without looking at him, and said, "You're getting so tall!" Like it was just any Sunday. Then she turned to Lauren. "Do you think 8 nights is too long? I don't want Maddie to miss her piano lesson." Ben whispered, "It's okay. We can do my cake at home." He had that Hot Wheels car in his fist under the table, rolling it against the underside. Tiny plastic wheels whispering on wood. My throat went dry. Step 2 was the ask, said casual, typed bolder. Lauren popped the champagne like a YouTube tutorial and held up her phone. Kyle sent you the link. Sharon says we have to lock in this week. It's $3,900 for the cruise. You'll cover, right? It's basically the same as the AC you did. You know I'll pay you back. Her husband, Paul, chimed in with his usual helpfulness, which is to say none. Happy to Venmo you for the drinks, he added, pointing at the orange soda like he was a hero. No, I said. He laughed like I'd told a joke. Early. What? Lauren blinked, false eyelashes batting. No to helping your niece? She's never been on a cruise. She's been to Disney twice, I countered. Ben's never been to the zoo when it isn't free day. Lauren waved a dismissive hand. Ben likes simple things. He's chill. Ben, next to me, just shrank further into his hoodie. Step 3 was the attempt to steamroll by logistics. Lauren slid the teal folder toward me. Inside were printouts. Carnival Vista. Itinerary. Miami. Cozumel. Grand Cayman. Ochos Rios. Balcony Stateroom 10214. Deposit placed. Balance due. Her nails tapped the total like it was a buzzer on a game show. You can just call Capital One later. Tell them to unfreeze. Sharon said the hold fell off. She can rerun tonight or you can Zelle her. She even sent her QR code. My mom chimed in. You know, Kyle, your sister always plans nice things for us. It takes a village. It's Ben's birthday, I said, my voice level. And no. Step 4 was the first hit below the belt. Lauren leaned in. You always get like this when it's not about you. You think you're better because you don't ask for help. News flash, you're not the only parent here. I didn't shout. I didn't shake. I just reached for the envelope and slid it to the center of the table. What's this? Mom asked, peeking as if it were a wedding invitation. Instructions, I said. Lauren snorted and flicked the metal clasp open. She pulled out the papers and read. Her lips moved. She got to the bank screenshot and stopped dead. The quiet in the room shifted. You could hear Ben's little car scratching on the underside of the table. You could hear the fridge kick on. I swear you could hear my heartbeat. Her voice lost all its sugar. Are you kidding me? The card was declined? I didn't approve it, I said. You always approved, she snapped. That's the arrangement. No, I said, my voice calm, almost a whisper. That was me being nice. This is me being done. Step 5, the scream. There's always a scream. Lauren threw the key of form like a magician discards a card. You can't pull out of my car like that. Renewal is next month. I can't, I said. And I did. I'm not your co-signer anymore. She turned to Mom like the teacher's pet appealing to the principal. Mom! Mom's voice turned sharp, the one that used to fill our hallway. Kyle, this is vindictive. Ben flinched. I put my hand on his shoulder. Steady. Dad, who had been mostly furniture since 2012, finally weighed in. We'll talk about this later. No, I said. We'll talk about it now. The proof did the work. It always does. The screenshot was the lever. The certified mail receipt was the wedge. The words, "Authorized user remove," were the nails. Paul tried a new angle. Look, man, it's not like you're hurting for cash. You're always fine. I'm fine because I don't put cruises on other people's cards, I said. Then Lauren said the thing that showed the whole system. You're the steady one, Kyle. That's literally your job in this family. You don't even like nice stuff. I watched my son tuck the Hot Wheels into his hoodie pocket like he was packing up himself. That was the moment something tilted inside me, from annoyance to absolute clarity. Not rage, not vengeance. Boundary. And then my phone buzzed again. Another bank alert lit the screen like a flare. Capital One card not present attempt. $9,864.47. Sharon Travel Agency. Declined. Blunt proof, round 2. I turned the phone so everyone could see. That's fraud, I said. Lauren's face went gray. She'd either told Sharon to try the card again, or Sharon had just retried it herself. Either way, it wasn't an accident. Either way, the room got very, very small. I slid the phone next to the envelope. Now we're done. Ben had been so good. Too good. Kids learn what's allowed by watching their adults. He'd been taught to be invisible to keep the peace. He tugged my sleeve. Can we go home, Dad? In a minute, I said softly. We'll grab ice cream. Lauren tried one last time. There's always a last time. A Hail Mary coated in sugar. Kyle, you're blowing this out of proportion. It's not about the money, it's about experiences. Maddie's 13 once. Ben is 8 once, I said. It's not like we didn't plan something for him, she added quickly, eyes darting to Mom. Mom brightened. We got him a gift card. She pulled a CVS bag from the counter and produced a $25 Roblox card like a rabbit from a hat. It still had the little perforated hole from the checkout display. She waved it. See, Ben. Ben, God bless him, said, Thanks, Grandma. His voice did that polite thing kids do when they're trying not to let their face show. I put both hands flat on the table. The envelope has everything you need to know, I said. I already sent the copies. The Kia letter is notarized. The travel agent has my revocation certified mail tracking number. The bank has the fraud attempts flagged. I removed you from my cards and closed the account Dad kept tapping for emergencies that somehow look like Sephora and Dick's Sporting Goods. And the family phone plan ends July 1st. I'm not paying for Paul's Unlimited anymore. Dad bristled. I paid you back for Dick's. He hadn't. $184.22 on April 19th, running shoes. I could picture the receipt. Lauren's voice went high sharp. So, you're cutting us off over a misunderstanding? I met her eyes. You saved my card with a travel agent. You tried to charge $3,900 and then $9,864.47 today. That's not a misunderstanding. That's theft with better lighting. She pushed her chair back so fast it scraped. You're cruel. I'm tired, I said. She jabbed a finger toward Ben. You're teaching him to be stingy, to be alone. I glanced at Ben. He wasn't looking at anyone. He was staring at the Hot Wheels car in his hand, that silver Nissan Skyline. He was tracing the outline with his thumb. Little, steady circles. I thought of every time I'd been the quiet helper, and called it love. The AAA tow at 11:42 p.m., $129. The Venmo, can you spot me rent? $900. The forgot my wallet. Dinners I paid with tap to pay, and went home to an overdraft text. The picture of the family trip I'd have funded that I wasn't invited to. Because space was limited. But somehow there was a second suite for Lauren's friend, Jenna. I stood. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't make a speech. I picked up the envelope and took out one more page. I hadn't planned to show it, but the second bank alert made it simple. It was a printed copy of my credit freeze confirmation with Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Dates, June 6th at 8:02 p.m., 8:05 p.m., 8:10 p.m. I set them next to the cake knife. For what it's worth, I said, no one can open anything in my name anymore. Not a phone, not a store card, not a quick loan for deposits. It's done. Mom tried the pity angle. You know your sister has been stressed. The twin summer camps, the mortgage. Then she should plan within her budget, I said. Like everyone else. Lauren knocked over a flute. It clinked and rolled, and the noise made Ben flinch again. That decided it for me. I turned to him. Ready, buddy? He nodded. I grabbed the Target bag with the soccer ball napkins and the dollar store banner I'd bought. It felt both pathetic and exactly right. I took the Hot Wheels car from his hand and slipped it into my pocket so I could hold his with both of mine. As we reached the door, Lauren called after me, her voice shaking with rage. "If you walk out, don't come back asking for help when your precious car finally dies." I turned just once. "I don't ask," I said. And then we left. We drove 5 minutes to UDF for birthday milkshakes. Fancy chocolate for him, mint chip for me, because that's the rule. He didn't say much. I didn't push. At the register, I bought a single candle from the little seasonal display, 99 cents, and a book of matches. The kid behind the counter, a teenager with permanent summer hair, said, "Happy birthday, dude," to Ben like he meant it. We sat at a sticky table near the window. I stuck the candle in his shake. We sang. Just us. Quiet. He smiled, that small, real smile that reminds me why I get up for 5:30 a.m. passwords and broken scanners. Some moments are enough. Back home, we taped the cheap banner over my kitchen doorway and ate freezer lasagna. I let him stay up till 10:30 playing Mario Kart. His mom FaceTimed at 8:12 to sing with us and promised a park day next weekend. He went to sleep smelling like syrup and soap, clutching that Skyline Hot Wheels. My phone started vibrating at 7:19 p.m. and didn't stop for hours. Lauren called 3 times. Mom called once, then sent a paragraph about family unity. Paul texted, "Dude, fix this. You made her cry." Sharon from the travel agency left a voicemail threatening a cancellation fee. I saved it. I didn't reply that night, or the next morning. I put the phone on Do Not Disturb and took Ben to COSI, our local science museum. We built a paper rocket. We ate pretzels. We spent $18 on a dinosaur toy that was not in the budget, and I didn't care. On Tuesday, consequences began to land where they belong. At 10:06 a.m., Kia Finance emailed. Co-signer removal acknowledged. Renewal will require new qualified applicant. The attached PDF had the notary stamp, clear as daylight. At 1:32 p.m., Capital One pushed a notification. Dispute case opened. Sharon Travel Agency $9,864.47 pending attempt marked fraudulent. Account secure. I uploaded the screenshot and the invoice email with my name on it that I never authorized. One proof, one story, no flourishes. At 3:44 p.m. T-Mobile. Your account will close July 1st. Numbers, personal information. Transferring out. I moved mine and Ben's numbers 2 streets over to a prepaid plan. $60 a month, taxes included. No shared logins. No random iCloud photos of other people's dogs on my phone roll. At 6:11 p.m., Mom texted, "What you did was cruel. And we already paid for the cake and the decorations for Maddie. Did you think of that?" I typed and erased 3 replies before landing on the only one that mattered. "Ben's birthday was June 9th. She didn't answer. On Wednesday, a certified mail notice popped in my informed delivery. I went to the post office after work and signed the green card. Inside was a letter from Sharon on teal letterhead. "We have removed your payment information from our systems. Please note a $150 planning fee applies." I circled the line with a red pen and wrote, "No contract, no fee," and dropped it in the blue box with copies of my revocation email and her invoice addressed to me. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a guy who keeps paperwork. Sometimes that's enough. Thursday morning, Lauren showed up outside my apartment. The building has a buzzer. She called 6 times between 7:58 and 8:07 a.m. I let her stand there. She texted a picture of my Civic with the cracked taillight and wrote, "Hope it runs forever, Saint." I took a photo of the credit freeze confirmation and sent back. "It will, and if it doesn't, I'll take the bus." At lunch, my boss asked if everything was okay because I was quiet. "Even for me." I told him. "Yeah, long weekend with family." He laughed like he knew. "Everyone knows." Friday, Dad called. "He never calls," he said. "Your sister is embarrassed." "You made a scene," I said. "I didn't yell." He paused. Then he surprised me. "She says the dealer wants a new co-signer by Monday." I nodded. I said. Okay, he said, and then softer. Your mom is stubborn. She'll come around. I didn't ask him to make her. That's not my job anymore. Saturday, Lauren posted an Instagram story of Maddie blowing out candles in their kitchen. The caption, Plan B, you can't cancel joy. I watched it once. There were 2 candles shaped like a 1 and a 3 stuck in a Costco cheesecake. Good choice. No boat on top. In the background, I could hear Lauren say, Smile, baby. And it used to twist something in me. It didn't. At 8:03 p.m., I got a quiet text from an unknown number. Hey, Uncle Kyle. Thanks for helping my mom with stuff. I know she's a lot sometimes. Tell Ben happy birthday for me. It was from Maddie. Kids see more than the grown-ups think. I sent back a picture of the dinosaur from Kosai and said, Thanks, kiddo. Come with us to the zoo later this summer. My treat, no boats. On Sunday, we did Ben's party in my living room. 3 friends from school, 2 pizzas, a soccer ball cake I baked from a pan I bought on clearance at Joann's for $7. A banner that said, Happy 8, we deserve. He blew out the candles while the cat tried to climb the gift bag tower. He asked if he could invite Grandma next year. I said, We'll see. He nodded like he already knew the answer. Here's what changed and what didn't. I didn't send a mass text announcing a cutoff. I didn't post screenshots. I didn't threaten. I just put the locks where they belong. I removed every authorized user. I closed the slush account. I froze my credit. I declined to be the fall guy. I kept receipts, emails, stamps, timestamps. I told my kid the truth in small sentences he could carry. People who love you show up. People who don't. We went to the zoo on a Monday when it was half price. It felt like a luxury cruise. Mom still sends occasional texts shaped like guilt. Family is everything. Don't punish your sister. You know she means well. I reply with practical facts. Ben's teacher conference is Thursday. I'll bring macaroni to Thanksgiving. I'm not a co-signer. Please don't share my number with service people. Lauren hasn't apologized. That's fine. She found a new co-signer for the Kia somehow. Paul's uncle, I heard through the grapevine. The cruise became a long weekend at Kalahari. She posted the wave pool with the same captions, different water, same camera angle. She even tried to run a $129 reservation deposit with Sharon again a week later. Capital One pushed a blocked alert. I smiled and went back to resetting a password for a nurse who calls me kiddo, even though she's probably 5 years younger than me. If you're waiting for a big speech, there wasn't one. That's the point. The last time I went to my parents' house, I didn't bring my wallet inside. We stayed an hour. Ben built a Lego set in the corner. Mom asked if I'd thought any more about fixing the rift. I said, I fixed my accounts. She didn't like that, but she didn't say the word cruel. Progress. We left with a Tupperware of lasagna and a pocket of bite-sized Milky Ways for Ben. He shared one with me in the car. Chocolate on the steering wheel. Little kid laughter. The Civic's AC trying its best. Enough. I'm not a resource. I'm a person, a dad. A steady one, sure, but steady doesn't mean endless. It means I know how to stand. That envelope on the table wasn't an attack. It was a boundary you could print and stamp and screenshot. It was a way of saying, my kid is not invisible. Neither am I. And when the screaming started, I didn't match it. I just left, holding a little hand with a Hot Wheels car ticking against my palm like a second, better heartbeat. What do you think? Have you ever had to draw a hard line with family like this? Tell me what you would have done in my shoes. I really want to know.